Good Monday evening, South Carolina weather watchers. Hopefully, everyone has had a fantastic Monday. I'm your meteorologist, Jess Peterson, and let's go on and talk about the weather for your Monday evening going into your future. We do have some stuff to talk about tonight. Obviously, being the weather, obviously, for tonight. And then we also are going to talk about our future, the uncertainty for this weekend. I know somebody commented on my video yesterday and said, I love the honest titles of just how you said it was going to be uncertain, which this whole week is and still is going to be uncertain, especially as we get later into the weekend, as we just don't know when the rain is going to necessarily taper off. We don't know when it's really going to start. It's just because models have just been all over the place. So that's what we're going to talk about tonight, though. But first, if you have not hit the like button or the subscribe button, make sure you're going to do so. Also, make sure that you go on and hit the share button as well. We're trying to get to 500 subscribers. We're at 400 and I believe 54 right now. 454 right now. And we are right now 21 away from 475. And then we are right now 46 away from 500. 46 away from 500. I just did that in my head real quick. But so we are that far away from 500. Make sure that you go on and do all that stuff, and let's go on and get started with the weather for tonight. First, we're going to go on and talk with the audience for the people who can unfortunately not be here. Good Monday evening, South Carolina weather watchers. Hopefully, everyone has had a fantastic Monday. I am your meteorologist, Jess Peterson, and let's go on and talk about the weather for your Monday evening going to the future. Looking at the radar right now, nothing going on for the entire state of South Carolina. I know this is a nice sight to see. As you go on and go into our winter weather, you can see that we do have some rain going on inside of North Dakota, South Dakota, as well as Minnesota, Montana, even Colorado and Wyoming getting some rain, Utah getting some rain, as well as Nevada, Las Vegas. Las Vegas is actually is under a flood advisory right now, with the ponding of water. So I know that's not really that common for Las Vegas, but they're actually going to receive some flooding through like the next 30 minutes or so. As you continue all the way out here towards Texas, severe weather going on inside of New Mexico and Texas. Also, some flooding going on inside of Louisiana. That's going to happen. Texas again, Mississippi, and portions of Oklahoma that goes through the next 12 hours. And then also some rain that's going to occur in Florida right now as we speak. As we go into our current cloud cover right now, that's definitely not what cloud cover is looking like. This is what cloud cover is looking like. It's looking nice and clear out there. No cloud cover in sight. And as we go into cloud cover for our future, as you go on and look at it here, you see that as we go on and push this forward through tonight, you can see that that cloud cover is really going to be just showing some pretty clear conditions until we get to tomorrow morning. That cloud cover will start to build. And as we get into tomorrow during the afternoon, cloud cover will still continue, low country, the PD region. And then as we go into, this is tomorrow night right here. Cloud cover is starting to build even more. Going into, this is right here, Wednesday morning right here, looking like cloud cover is going to be a huge factor. Current temperatures right now, 68 in Columbia, 66 inside of Winsboro, 64 in Newberry, 66 in Greenwood, as well as 68 in Aiken, 70 in Bamberg, as well as Barnwell, 70 in Allendale, as well as 71 in Walterboro. We also do have 70 in Kingstree, 71 in Georgetown and Myrtle Beach, 70 in Conway, as well as 71 in North Myrtle Beach, 73 in Kiowa Island, as well as 73 in Beaufort, 73 that is also inside of Hilton Head Island. Low temperatures for tonight, 50 in Greenville, 50 in Anderson, as well as 50 in Spartanburg, 50 inside of Newburgh, as well as 54 in Columbia, in Orangeburg, 54 in Sumter, as well as 57 in Moncks Corner. We also do have 63 in Charleston, 58 inside of Georgetown, as well as 62 in Myrtle Beach, 64 in Hilton Head Island. In terms of rainfall for tonight, you can see that there actually has not been any sort of update since 5:08 this morning. I think the National Weather Service of Colombia, because the National Weather Service of Colombia is what makes these maps and graphs right here. Honestly, they have not. I haven't really seen anything from them all day. And actually, they had the National Weather Service of Greenville actually write their area forecast discussion of what's going on throughout the Columbia region. So I have no idea what's going on there. I might have to check and see what they got going on over there and why they've been MIA. But this is what was going on in through Myrtle Beach, around 100th of an inch with 10th of an inch through there. Conway going into Loris as well. But other than that, that's pretty much all in terms of precipitation from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. or 8 a.m. tonight through 8 a.m. tomorrow. So I don't think that any sort of precipitation is expected for tonight. As we go on now to our next area, that is obviously our short-term models. We're going to go through like the next 30 hours or so just to see what the models are saying. As we go on and start off 9 p.m. and go on and push this forward, you can see just the amount of rain that's not going to be present even as we go all the way through 11 a.m. and even into 2, 3 p.m. I mean, you see like these isolated little dots here and there, but they're not really much. And as we continue all the way through, we're going to stop here 6 a.m. May the 7th. That is on Wednesday, early in the morning. You can see that maybe some more rain trying to peek through as we get into Wednesday morning. So I think that's probably we're gonna have to watch for another rain event. But right now, I mean, you have like these little tiny shower dots, but it's not really anything much. That goes from like 3 p.m. So I'm not gonna really comment too much on those. We'll probably talk about that more as we go into tomorrow morning. But after that, let's continue and go on to our long-term future. Long-term future, the next 300 to 400 hours. If we go on over here towards the rain, frozen precipitation, as we go on and push this forward right here, going on all the way through to May the 7th through May the 8th as well, and going on to May the 9th as well. Now, this is the area that we're watching for. So, going into around May the 10th and May the 11th, you can see just this rainfall that's going to go on. And honestly, this is the storm system right here that a lot of people are just uncertain about and what's going to happen because models have been flipping. You can see right here, see just all this amount of rainfall that goes on, which, I mean, if this happens, very beneficial rainfall. Very beneficial because of the drought conditions that are going on. And if you look at the total accumulated precipitation rates, this is around a good 3 to 5 inches for the low country of South Carolina, and then 2 inches for the Midlands, parts of the PD, and Grand Strand as well. So definitely, this is a beneficial rain event if it does happen as modeled, though. But as we go on and continue forward even more, all the way through May the 12th, May the 13th, May the 14th, May the 15th. And then finally, May the 17th, we start to see some dryness. But then May the 18th and the 19th shows up, going all the way into the 21st. So a lot of rain could potentially be on the way. As we go on, and let's just go back in time and see what the other models have said. So this is the 12Z right here. And I mean, this is a very obvious difference from what we just saw. This was just 6 hours ago. And that's why it's so uncertain right now. You see the huge change that just happened as we go from right here. This right here, 6 hours ago, it was only showing like maybe 2 inches. What is it showing now? Go to the ATZ, 3 to 5 inches. That's just what's going on with the models right now, and that's why we've been saying it's been so uncertain because they keep on flip-flopping over and over and over again. And so we're just gonna have to keep on waiting and seeing just how the models will even out and what will they stay consistent on. But right now they're not consistent on this at all. So we just have to really just wait, pay attention, and just wait. Just pretty much by time we'll know, it'll probably be around until like we know like the full details will probably be close to the end of the week until we can fully nail, okay, how much rain we'll get, how long is going to stay over us, the exact timing as well. And there's a good chance that probably the entire state will at least see a drop of rain, at least a drop, probably even close to around 1/10 of an inch for the majority of us if this goes as modeled, and if you go through all the way through the next 400 hours, 384, 400. It gets to around an inch to all the way up to around 5 to 6 throughout the entire state. So very beneficial, very beneficial. Let's go on now and look at the crazy score. Crazy score right now is at 12. If you have no idea what the crazy score is, it's pretty much a score that's completely automated. I do not make this score. And right now it's at a 12 right now for just the current weather conditions for tonight. It's going to be very calm tonight. No significant severe weather, no significant weather in general. Clear skies or light clouds. And that's pretty much, what's expected. No precipitation really expected tonight, so that's not really that much of an issue. I do want to go on next, and since there's not really too much of, a wildfire update, except for there was a fire inside of Berkeley County, 5 acres. It's 100% contained now, just to the north of Sangaree, South Carolina. But other than that, that one's taken care of. And then that's it there. Let's go on and talk about, or talk with the audience. Now, we're never going to talk about the audience. The audience is obviously a very crucial and important part. We're never going to talk bad about the audience at all. But let's go on and talk with the audience. If you want to be a part of the audience, you can by joining us at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time. So let's go on and show that. Mr. Oliver says, good evening. Lovely day at my house. Still in need of rain to replenish my pond. Hopefully by next week. I also hope nice mild temperatures continue. I do hopefully those mild temperatures will continue. If you go on and look through the next 3 days or so, or next couple of days, just overall, those temperatures are staying in the 70s. So I'm pretty sure you will get your wish for about like the next week or so with mild 70-degree temperatures for highs. Lows will probably get down to like the 50s, but it's most likely going to be in that 70 range for high temperatures. Mr. Oliver says, do you think the weather forecasts have been less accurate as a result of the layoffs at the NOAA? I was trying to not bring up that topic so much, but I guess it is a pretty important thing that we're eventually going to have to talk about. But in my opinion, I think that it probably might. Obviously, forecasts have never, ever been accurate, like right on the dot. And that's because we still don't know. Even with all the technology that we have now, yes, we can say it rains, but you have never heard a meteorologist says, oh yes, it's 100% going to rain today, unless the precipitation chance is 100%. And we know, oh yeah, 100% it's going to rain. But if we have a 20% chance of rain, you're going to hear them say, okay, yeah, it's 20%. But then you might ask, well, is it going to rain? We generally cannot answer that just honestly and straightly, because 20% is low, but it's still 20%. So you never have that full kind of idea of if it will rain or not, because we're not obviously high beings that can just tell what's going to happen every single day in terms of whether we're not going to be able to tell the exact temperatures or the exact dew points or the exact humidity or the exact anything, to be honest. So in terms of, has the weather forecast become less accurate? There is a chance that it will. But for right now, it's never really been accurate like that. But we're just going to have to keep on, I think as more technology comes, the closer we'll get, but it will never be 100% accurate. I don't think weather forecasting will ever get to be 100% accurate, just because of how different it is and how complex it can be for a lot of people as well. But hopefully that answered your question. Let's go ahead and move on. Thad says, good evening, Joseph. I hope all is well. It was a pretty gray sky over here with some misty rain, but nonetheless, another beautiful day. That's great to hear. And Aaron says, hey, hello to you. Trail says, hi, Joseph, hello to you. And then Cheryl says, good evening. Hope all is well. Hey, brother man, I hope you are doing good. It was a misty rainy day here today when it was, and then there was also periods of heavy rainfall. So keep up the good work. Love you, Cheryl. Thank you so much for that comment. So pretty much misty rain for both San Antonio and Philadelphia. Tish says, hey Joseph, hello to you. And then Trail says, we had early morning sprinkles, but overall lovely day. I had window up and looking for lizards every single second. The other day I saw a skink for the first time. I did not know that those things could get that big. I didn't scream, but I didn't know what I just kind of just froze in place. I didn't know what to think about that after I saw that for the first time. But hopefully I don't ever see that again. And then Melody Thompson says, I heard that tornadoes have eyes. I have never seen a tornado have eyes before, so I'm not quite sure that that is the case. But I have never seen a tornado have eyes, ever. But that's it there. See anything else? Actually, we have a lot more. And as the stars are popping out, that's great. And then just like a lot of things going on inside the chat, but we'll get to those in just a second. Mr. Anthony says, good evening to you. I do want to go on and talk about San Antonio, Raleigh, and Philadelphia before I forget, because we're kind of getting way into the 15-minute range. So let's go on and talk about this real quick. San Antonio tonight, low temperature 71, high temperature tomorrow 89, low temperatures tomorrow night 69, and then severe thunderstorms tonight, most likely, and then tomorrow severe thunderstorms during the day, and during the night slight chance of thunderstorms as we go into the night time. Tomorrow. Raleigh, low temperatures tonight 54, high temperatures tomorrow at 80, low temperatures tomorrow night at 56, and then precipitation tonight, slight chance of thunderstorms tonight, and then no precipitation expected today or tomorrow. Philadelphia being the last one, low temperatures tonight 62, high temperatures tomorrow 77, low temperatures tomorrow night at 57, and then showers likely tonight, showers during the day tomorrow, and then during the nighttime tomorrow night, showers are likely. So pretty much showers are going to be likely for a good amount of Philadelphia as we go all the way into tonight and tomorrow night. Talking about severe weather for all three of our locations that we talk about outside of South Carolina. Obviously, San Antonio has that risk for severe weather. Obviously, you're under a marginal risk, I believe, or slight risk of severe weather with a 2% chance of tornadoes. Also a 15% risk of damaging hail and damaging winds as well. And then going on to Raleigh, nothing for Raleigh tonight or through the next 7 days. Philadelphia. In Philadelphia, there is not really much going on either as we go through the next 3 or so days. Also for San Antonio through tomorrow, marginal risk of severe weather for 2% chance of tornadoes, 5% chance of damaging hail and wind. And then Wednesday, also a 5% risk for some severe weather on Wednesday, or in that 5% range. And then excessive rainfall being the last thing that we talk about. There is indeed a marginal risk of excessive rainfall for San Antonio and Philadelphia tonight. Tomorrow, marginal risk for San Antonio, and then past that, not really anything else. South Carolina does have a marginal risk of excessive rainfall for the low country of South Carolina. That is for Friday. And obviously, what we saw in the models with up to 5 inches of rain for the low country, that's definitely a possibility that we could potentially see some excessive rainfall to maybe some flooding going on in some locations down inside the low country of South Carolina by this weekend. But that is pretty much it in terms of that. In terms of the chat, don't really see, anything else. See a bunch of deleted messages, but I don't see anything else. So hopefully that's going to wrap this up for tonight. If you have enjoyed the forecast, make sure you go and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the share button as well. Again, we're trying to get to 500 subscribers. We're at 454, 6 away from 450, and then we are 21 away from 475, 46 away from 500. Let's go on and get there. I will be back tomorrow morning with your Tuesday forecast update. Everyone have a fantastic rest of your Monday evening.